The latest installment of Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja is finally here. Will it live up to the hype, or will it be an epic fail? Watch my full review from a Naruto fan's perspective as we review Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations and find out just how amazing it truly is. So right after you install the data, if you're a PlayStation 3 owner, you'll find that the menus are very entertaining as they're very laid out and animated, and there's quite a lot to do on them. And, well, like I said, they're very amusing, entertaining, and some of the best menus I've seen this generation, simply because they have a lot going on. And, of course, there's a lot to pick from. There are a lot of great modes to pick from this time around, aside from the standard versus battle, such as Survival Battle, which is where you fight multiple enemies in a row, as well as some team-based for achievements and trophies. There's also a Tournament mode, which you can play offline and online, and, of course, have team-based battles, which you can unlock trophies and achievements, and Training, which is new to the Ultimate Ninja Storm series. In the Training mode, you can play with various settings, have unlimited awakening battles, and of course, practice up for online. Another great thing about this game, aside from being able to pick single or team match, is that there are 72 playable characters, which is the largest roster in any Naruto game to this date. You also get 15 support-only characters, and there's a lot of variation due to the various fighting styles of each character. So if you're a Naruto fan, Versus mode isn't the only important mode to you. Story mode is really a segmented part of the Naruto universe, as it is a very intricate and unique story compared to other anime and shows. So, is the story mode truly amazing? Does it compare and keep up with the pacing of Storm 1 and Storm 2's story? Or does it fail miserably? And how about the online mode? Well, let's find out. Unlike the past Storm games and Ultimate Ninja games, this game pretty much sums up the game and the story in several little scenes such as this. It tells it from a narrator's perspective, then it has a line or two of dialogue, and then it goes to the battle. Straight and to the point. Basically, if you're a newcomer, it'll tell you enough to know what's going on, but not really too much to spoil the series for you, except for certain key points. This might be disappointing to some of the fans who are truly in love with the series. For me, it did a pretty good job, although it did skip Naruto's second tuning exam in the pre-time skip characters, and it also skipped a few other important key scenes, but overall, it was a pretty good story. And if you were wondering, the story does cover from the beginning of young Naruto's story all the way up to the 5 Kage Summit, as well as some other things from the next arc. Pretty much, if you know what's going on in the Japanese anime, you'll understand what's going on in this game. If not, well, there might be some little Easter eggs that you don't quite get yet, but you will in the future, so appreciate them now and you'll understand them later. The great thing about this Naruto game, and probably the key point that a lot of people will remember it for, is these animated cutscenes. Studio Parrot remastered 65 minutes of Naruto action, some of which didn't even occur in the anime, which is nice for the fans and nice for newcomers as well. Very impressive. Naruto and Sasuke even have their original openings, as you see here. This is Naruto Shippuden's opening. It's very unique and very artistic and, quite frankly, beautiful. Although I will say that most of them don't have too much action in them, but I guess it does also reflect the action of the series. If you were looking forward to the boss battles in this game, though, I'm sad to tell you that they're not here. They were saving them up for Storm 3 and focusing on the combat for this game. So if that was the key point for your buying this, then I'm sorry to say that they're not in it this time. However, the animated cutscenes do add a lot of depth to the story and really make you feel for some of the characters, even if you didn't in the past. I will say, though, they did do a really great job with the animated cutscenes, and some of them are quite frankly epic. The English dub was also pretty good for this game, even though some of the more considerably hardcore fans seem to think it isn't very good at all. There were a few unusual things to me, but overall it was a pretty good dub, if you can get used to young Sasuke slightly changing his voice. There are two subtle changes to the gameplay, one being the substitution bar, which enables you to teleport away from an opponent's combo if you get caught in it by tapping a single button. And this also eliminates the amount of spam, and it limits the amount of times you can actually teleport behind an opponent, which makes you think more like a ninja and be strategical when you fight. Although this can lead to some very unfair things from times. Another thing is the combo cancel, which allows you to chain many combos together, which adds a lot of variation to the rather button mashing nature of the past games, which is also very good. Although these two put together can be kind of cheap at times. And I also wish that there was an option for the substitution bar. You know, being able to take it away or increase or decrease the amount of substitutions you can do. Also, if the focus of the gameplay was in fact gameplay, then why wasn't very many changes done to it? I know that might seem like an unusual statement, but what I mean by that is many of the characters from the past games have the same moves, the same jutsus, and the same ultimate jutsus, which is very disappointing considering, like I said before, that the focus on this game was in fact the gameplay. Very unusual, kind of makes you wonder what they did in all that time. Although all of the new characters were very good in this game, and all of the ultimate techniques were way better in this game than they were in the last game, which, as I said before in my past videos, they were rather disappointing in Storm 2. This game also forces you to replay many of the modes and play as many of the characters with the shop feature, which pretty much forces you, like I said, to play as the characters multiple times in the multiple different modes. This is good and bad. It has its ups and downs. It's really up to your opinion. It's kind of like if you didn't or did like the extra missions in the past two games. So now it's time to talk about what many consider the most important feature of the game, the online. Unlike Storm 2's online, there are a lot of features in this one, such as player match, endless battle, tournament mode, and ranked match. That's very good for the Naruto fans, and it adds a lot of replay value and of course overall value to the game's package and price tag. Although the online is very laggy, at least from what I've played. This is very disappointing because I was hoping for an improvement past Storm 2. Unfortunately, it seems like the online is equal to or maybe even worse than last time. Although I will say that the replay feature is very good, like you can see right now, and at least it lets you show off to your friends if you can ever get the online to work properly. Now, of course, this problem could be fixed with patches, and I hope it is because it pretty much takes away from the overall package of the game, especially for online fans. Other gripes I had with the game is that there was no clashing or any of the other features from Storm 1 which were very looked forward to in this game, which are absent, as you can see. The only new features are combo cancel and substitution meter, which is kind of disappointing, but it's a pretty good add-on to say the least. So fighting game fans, Naruto game fans, or just people who are interested in Naruto in general, definitely check it out. And hey, you get free trading cards, if you're into that kind of thing. Although I will say it is passable for those of you who have played through the past two and were really looking for something truly amazing. You're probably not going to find true satisfaction with this game, like myself. So overall, I give the game a 7.5 to an 8. It's kind of hard to really pick. It's a pretty good game. The fighting is solid. It has a lot of modes, and the animated cutscenes are definitely an interesting aspect, but it doesn't really do anything new either. So, if you like what you see, subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you guys later for my next review.